What's up, YouTube? Jeff, your Style O.G. And on today's video, we're going to talk about 25 rules young men should live by. If you're new to the channel, we're releasing a new video every day at 4 p.m. Eastern, discussing various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. I encourage you to subscribe and tap that notification bell and join us. And to my returning friends like Ben Reavers, salute. So the inspiration for today's video came from a question in the comment section left by one of the Style O.G family members, Josh Chukwuzi. I hope I pronounced that right, Josh, who asked, Jeff, could you do a video on your top tips for young men, not just for style, but in life in general? Josh, I think that's a phenomenal question. So you asked, my brother, here it is. So what I want to do today is give you guys a bunch of tips, things that I wish when I was younger were told to me, some that I've acquired and learned over the years, and some I'm still working on. And on top of that, these don't only apply to young men. The video is aimed at young men specifically, but I think any man can use these and make themselves a better man day to day. Now, some of these rules are gonna be quick and to the point. They won't need any further explanation. Those that do, we'll delve a little bit. But other than that, it's gonna be kind of rapid fire. So let's get to these rules. When engaging in conversation, listen to hear and understand what the other person is talking about, not just to wait to get your chance to reply. Speaking of listening, hands down, you will always learn way more listening than you do talking. That's why one of my favorite corny sayings is, we were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, because we're supposed to listen at least twice as much as we talk. When you're out to eat with a date, friend, or relative, don't check your text messages, email, or Instagram. Enjoy the moment and the person you're spending time with. Try putting your cell phone away from time to time. You probably use it too often and at the wrong moment. Never say anything on the internet you wouldn't say to that person in their face. Always spend a little extra on shoes, tires, and sheets. Never, and I mean never, no matter how tempting it is, date an ex of a friend or a relative. 99.9% of the time, don't get back with your ex. You guys broke up in the first place for a reason. Never cancel plans or break up with a woman over text messages. Set goals for yourself. Write them down and refer back to them often. When first meeting someone, stand up to shake their hand. If you're somebody that sweats a lot, wear an undershirt. Don't wear sunglasses indoor. You don't look as cool as you think you do, unless you're Jack Nicholson. When you're developing your sense of style and acquiring your wardrobe, remember, your clothes are not supposed to match. They're supposed to complement and go with each other. Now, if and when you're wearing cologne, always remember, less is more. A person shouldn't smell you 2 minutes before you get into the room and 2 minutes after you leave the room. Acquire and value a small group of friends. It's much more rewarding and fulfilling than thousands of acquaintances. Before you hit the age of 30, get in tip-top shape. Buy yourself a tuxedo and try to stay that size. Read as much as you can. It allows you to borrow somebody else's experiences and their intellect. When you're out with a woman, always open the door for her. It may seem old-fashioned, but trust me, she'll appreciate it and you'll just be a little classier than the next guy. If and when you borrow somebody else's car, always bring it back with a full tank of gas. When you're invited to be a guest at someone else's home for a get-together, always bring a gift for the host. Whether it's a bottle of wine, a dessert dish, a 12-pack of beer, it doesn't matter. It lets them know you appreciate being invited into their personal space. When you spend the night at someone else's house, always make up your bed in the morning. Always, and I mean always, tip a little bit more than you think you should. Always be respectful, courteous, and kind to waitstaff and other people that are serving you. Your date is paying attention, and it's a reflection of how you'll treat other people in your life. It's never a bad idea to know your way around the kitchen. Get yourself a good set of dishes and some quality utensils. And on top of that, learn 2 or 3 signature dishes that you can whip up for guests. Speaking of guests, when you're inviting a young lady over to your apartment or house, pay attention to make sure your kitchen and your bathroom are as clean as possible. Those are areas she's gonna pay attention to. When you're the last person to use something, be the first one to replace it. I don't care if it's the roll of toilet paper or the coffee pot. It's the courteous thing to do. Don't be the guy who offers up an opinion on a TV show you haven't seen, a movie you haven't gone to, or a book you haven't read. That's fraudulent. Now, it's never a problem to be inspired by, look up to, or admire another person. But don't make that person your competition. Know who your competition is? The guy in the mirror. Aspire to be a little bit better tomorrow than the guy you are today. Okay, so there you have it. 25 rules young men, and all men for that matter, should try to live by. Let me know in the comment section some life rules you try to stand by. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, hit that like button. It helps the channel to grow. And of course, tap that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos released every day at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I'll see you tomorrow.